So the very first thing that you want to do right now is spray the hairline with water. That is purely water, guys. Nothing has been added on that. I just used the the container of that spray. So what you want to do is just pluck the entire first row, that very beginning first row in the beginning. You want to pluck all of that out because it makes a huge difference. Now be careful not to make holes with the tweezer. Therefore, rather use a tweezer that is not pointy, because if you use the pointy one, it's going to make a hole like I did there, and you want to eliminate that. And I've now put it onto my head and I'm going to pluck. So the way that I'm going to pluck is I'm going to go like backwards, as if I'm pushing the hair backwards. And then if I do see a difference on there, I go on to the section that I've separated the hair from. So in one place, I'm plucking more or less like twice, because I'm plucking the full hair, and then the section that I've separated, I don't know if that makes sense. Just look at what I'm doing, guys. I don't really know how to explain it in more detail. And then after that, I just comb the hair backwards so that I can see exactly what I've done and move on to the next section. This does take a while, so you will need to be very patient, and also look at the result as you go, so that you won't have patches within the sections that you've plucked. Rather be patient than being in a rush. It takes a while. It took me approximately an hour and a half to do this hair. So you want to do that as well. You want to take it slow rather than just going fast. And if I'm not happy with the sections that I've plucked, I go back and do it again, because what you're trying to achieve here is to mimic your own hairline. Hence, I would ask people to probably take pics. If I'm going to be making a wig for someone else, I would ask them to take pics of their hairlines from both sections, like the left as well as the right, and the middle part as well, because I'm trying to mimic your own hairline. And as you can see right now, this is how it looks. This is how I prefer it, because I believe that that is how my hairline looks. And as I go along, I brush the hair backwards so that I can see the results as I go along. And I didn't feel like I was entirely happy here. Hence, I went back. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're not doing anything, but trust me, if you're patient, eventually you will see the results. Trust me, guys, on this one. Rather go slow than going fast. Right now I'm separating the hair just to see if there are any patches from the bleaching of the knots. And as you can see, there's that small patch right there. I don't know if you can see, but I'll show you in a minute. But I still need to look from the entire frontal first, just to see if there are any other patches. That's very easy to fix. It's either you can use a dye, Or a temporary solution would be a mascara. In my case, I used a mascara because I needed to put on that wig at that moment. And I'm using the color mascara from Foschini. It's quite cheap. It's very cheap. I think it's 12 Rand or something. And right now I'm going to put on some makeup onto the lace so that it can mimic my scalp. And I'm using the MAC foundation. Biggest mistake, guys. That was my biggest mistake because that foundation is actually darker than my skin tone. I will show you some mistakes. I've made quite a lot of mistakes on this installation, but I will show you a little bit later. The stocking cap method that I've used is quite optional. I do have a video that shows you how I install the stocking cap and how I make it look like I'm bald. But it's quite optional. You do also have an option to just put on a stocking cap, wig cap, or alternatively you can do it this way. So if you do it this way, it will actually look more and more realistic on you rather than just putting on a normal stocking cap. And right now I'm going to show you, as you can see, I've already put on some makeup on that stocking cap. And guys, a word of advice, don't make the same mistakes I've made. Hence, I'm making these videos. I'm trying to help you as well to eliminate the mistakes that I've made. That ponytail that I have at the back there, that ruined the whole entire installation. It made me look skew. And as you can see right now, I'm also cutting the ear tabs side so that it can sit properly. But that ponytail destroyed everything. And so you want to use your preferred adhesives. I'm using the L'Oreal Studio Mix as I'm showing you right there. And I'm putting it on top of the cap as well as on top of my skin. Because what you want to do is put your lace on top of your skin rather than the cap, because it's going to come off eventually if you do that. And keep on watching. Sorry guys, at this time I didn't realize that I was not recording. So I have put on the wig itself. And sometimes you'll find that there are patches that are not covered. So you just want to go back and put on the adhesives and dry it like I'm doing right now before you put on the lace. It needs to be tacky. And then you can just put on the lace while it's tacky. And then go back again and dry it a little bit until it's completely dry. And right now I'm going to be cutting the lace. So this is where you will see the mistake. It's going to be obvious. It's going to be so obvious at this point because you will see that the hairline is actually not inlined properly. As you can see, I was so pissed off when I realized, because I realized later. And also, as you can see, the lace does not mimic my skin tone because of the color foundation that I've previously used, but at least that can be solved. And in order for you to eliminate this in the future, what I do recommend is a long-term solution would be tinting the lace with tea or a hair dye that is closer to your skin tone, or alternatively you can just use makeup that is closer to your skin tone. This is not a detailed video on how I usually go about customizing my wigs, but this is just a temporary solution because I was in a hurry. I was going out somewhere, so I just wanted something that was gonna make it like fast. And thank you so much guys for watching. I highly appreciate the support that I've received so far. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also hit that notification button so that you can see whenever I'm uploading a new video. Bye.